I remember being in the ring, referee holding my arm up and me just looking up at the stands and, telling myself, you did it. My name is Ognjen Topić. I'm a 3-time world Muay Thai champion, and I'm a holder of the Rajadamnern Stadium title, only the 4th foreigner in the world and the 1st American to hold that title. Looking back at my career, one of the most proudest moments that I have is I don't think I have one, to be honest. But I'm always striving for it because maybe there is a chance that it does exist. So I don't think I'm ever proud of anything that I've achieved. I think I was just happy that I've achieved, obviously, my dream and my goal of becoming a champion in Thailand and fighting them in their home country, their best fighters, and obviously against their national sport. But I don't think there is a moment in my life where I was ever proud of anything. When I say that I'm not proud, yeah, I get sideways looks, because people don't understand what it is to be that type of individual. And I don't know how to explain who I am. But I would just say that I'm a perfectionist and I always strive to do everything near perfectly, and I don't think most people are like that. Fighting for the Rajadamnern Stadium title, that meant everything to me. It was my whole life. Everything revolved around that, becoming a champion in Thailand. When I first started the sport, I didn't think about titles. All I wanted to do is be the best fighter that I can be and be the best that I can be from myself. And then, obviously one of the best in the world. But I knew the titles were gonna come later on. If I just focus on today and the next day, that's all I can expect of myself. And so I would say for about 15 years, I've been obsessing about being a champion in Thailand. And when I got that call, I was in America at that time, and I got the call that I'm gonna have an opportunity to fight for the Rajadamnern title, which I'm only the 4th foreigner since 1984 to hold, and the 1st American. Physical routine, training routine is 2 sessions per day. In Thailand, we start around anywhere from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. We go for a run. We come back to the gym. We work a little bit on the bag, a couple of rounds. Maybe we'll do some drills every once in a while. We'll do some sparring, maybe some clinching. If you have a fight coming up and it's close to the fight within 2 to 3 weeks, then we'll do pad work as well. And then we go and eat, shower first, eat, sleep. Then the next session starts around 3 p.m. and now it's more of the same. It's the same thing almost, but this time it's a lot more intense. So the pad work rounds, we can do, again, if you're maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the fight, you're doing about 8 to 10 rounds of pad work, and every round is 4 minutes each. Then we do clinching, minimum 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes we do 1 hour of clinching, sparring if you have time, bag work as well, and then again, maybe some drills. And that's on a daily basis, 6 times a week. As far as mental training, of course, mental training is just as important, but it's not like I take an hour of my day and sit there in some kind of specific position and just meditate. Fighting, when you step in the ring, it's the weight, because that's when your mind starts trying to fight against you. And again, you have to use those negative emotions, turn them around, and then use them as a positive emotion. I had many challenges to overcome as I was coming up as a fighter, but I would say one of the challenges was when I had to quit my job and just dedicate everything that I could from myself to being a fighter and just doing this one sport. I knew and I realized that you can't be great at multiple things. You have to just choose one thing and just focus on that. And I I went to college for graphic design, and you know, that's what I was doing, and I was making good money and then fighting on the side. I was already a professional fighter at that time, but then I started getting a lot better and I was fighting higher competition. So I would be working from 9 to 5, and then literally from 5 to 9, I would be at the gym trying to fit 2 sessions into that one session. I did that for maybe like three and a half years, and I couldn't do it anymore, and I made the decision that I'm gonna quit the job, and picked up all my stuff, went to Thailand, and that was it. If I had a girlfriend, she wanted to spend more time, I can't. I gotta do my thing. She gets mad, sorry. I have one thing on my mind, I'm focused for it, and I'm not gonna allow anything to get in my way. Same thing applies to family. I broke ties with family members because of that. I almost, I gave my parents an ultimatum because they didn't allow me to do this. And after my amateur career was done, this is about 4 years into my amateur career. When I turned pro, I had a couple of fights. They still didn't know that I was doing this, or they did know, but we just kind of like didn't talk about it. And finally I sat them both down. I gave them an ultimatum, and it was either you're gonna be okay with this, or this is the last moment you're gonna see me. And I love my parents. I would give both my eyeballs for my parents, but that's how much this sport meant to me, and that's how much belief I had in myself that I was gonna do something great in that sport. I never had doubt within my early stages of the career, but I have doubt all the time in general, not just the early parts, but throughout the whole time. And I want to tell people that, you know, a lot of people associate doubt or fear or pressure with negative emotions, but if you turn those emotions into a positive emotion, then it's not going to do anything besides help you. So let's say if I have doubt against a specific fighter that I'm fighting, you know, maybe he's like a hard puncher. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to stay away from the punches. I'm going to land my use my longest weapons against him, maybe the front kick, the kicks to the body. And it just becomes a strategy then. So you use that doubt and you turn it into something positive where it's gonna help you out to prepare for that specific opponent. Actually, the first fight that I had was a draw because over there's a lot of gambling involved as well. And I didn't think they wanted a foreigner to be a holder in that title because I was only the 4th, like I was saying, since 1984. And even though gambling was involved, my trainers told me that they thought that it was just because I was a foreigner. And then a month later, or a month and a half later, I got another opportunity to fight for that same title against that same opponent, and I beat him, and that was it. It was one of the greatest feelings that I've ever experienced. As far as celebrating after a fight, and this is not just for a title fight, but this is any fight, it's just whatever comes next, because you already achieved that. That high lasts only for a very, very short period of time, maybe a couple of days, a week, and then after that, you almost start feeling sad about it and depressed because that high just went away, it left you. And now you're back to square one, thinking to yourself, okay, I gotta do something else, otherwise I'm gonna go insane just sitting here thinking about that win. The Ognjen Stadium title, yeah, that lasted longer, but I knew what was coming up next, and that was to continue fighting and you know, to continue going after my dreams in those fights. How do I hope to be remembered in the world of Muay Thai? The same answer you're gonna get for the question of what I want my legacy to be. And to be honest, I don't give a shit. So I really don't care how I remember it. Obviously, do I want my 2 nieces to remember me for being a good person? Yeah, of course, I want that. I want them to maybe grab some inspiration from what I've done and say, hey, my uncle was a world champion, maybe I can do something great like that as well. I don't believe in anything spiritual. I don't think I'm gonna continue living my life in another world. My life begins and ends here in this reality, and that's all I have.